In the incredible tapestry of our planet's wildlife, some creatures truly stand out as biological marvels. One such animal, a true testament to nature's ingenuity, is the axolotl. You might know it by its charming nickname, the Mexican walking fish, though it isn't a fish at all, but a unique type of salamander. With its feathery external gills that fan out like a lion's mane, and a face that seems to be permanently smiling, the axolotl captures the hearts of all who see it. This little amphibian is a living piece of ancient history, deeply connected to the culture and mythology of the Aztec people, who saw it as a manifestation of the god Xolotl. The axolotl's story begins in a very specific place on Earth. Its only native home is a complex of lakes and canals near Mexico City, primarily Lake Xochimilco and the now-vanished Lake Chalco. Imagine a network of cool freshwater channels, rich with aquatic plants and small creatures to eat. This was the perfect environment for the axolotl to thrive for thousands of years, living its entire life underwater. Unlike other salamanders that often venture onto land, the axolotl is perfectly adapted to its aquatic world, a permanent resident of the murky depths, navigating its home with a gentle, walking-like motion across the lakebed. What truly sets the axolotl apart and makes it a superstar in the animal kingdom is its astonishing ability to regenerate. If an axolotl loses a limb, whether it's a leg, a tail, or even part of its foot, it doesn't just heal with a scar, it grows a perfect, fully functional replacement. This isn't just limited to its limbs. Scientists have observed axolotls regrowing damaged parts of their spinal cords, their jaws, and even portions of their brains and hearts without any scarring. This power is like something straight out of a comic book, a real-life superpower that has fascinated scientists for decades. This regenerative capability is far beyond what most other animals can achieve. While a lizard might be able to regrow its tail, it's often a simpler, cartilage-filled version of the original. Humans and other mammals have very limited regenerative powers. We can heal cuts and mend broken bones, but we cannot regrow a lost finger or a damaged internal organ. The axolotl, however, possesses a special collection of stem cells that can be activated upon injury, allowing it to rebuild complex structures flawlessly. It's a biological blueprint for perfect healing that we are only just beginning to understand. One of the most endearing qualities of the axolotl is its perpetual youthfulness, a phenomenon known as neoteny. Think of Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up. The axolotl is the amphibian equivalent. Most salamanders undergo a process called metamorphosis, where they transform from a gilled aquatic larva into an air-breathing, land-dwelling adult. The axolotl, however, chooses to skip this step entirely. It reaches adulthood and can reproduce while still retaining all its juvenile features, including those beautiful feathery external gills and its finned tail. It remains in the water for its entire life, a forever young marvel. This aquatic lifestyle dictates everything about the axolotl's existence. It breathes primarily through its gills, absorbing oxygen directly from the water, though it can also gulp air from the surface if needed. Its diet consists of small aquatic creatures like worms, insects, and tiny fish that it sucks into its mouth with a sudden vacuum-like action. Its world is one defined by the water's temperature, clarity, and currents. This complete dependence on its aquatic habitat is both a beautifully specialized adaptation and, as we will see, a significant vulnerability in the face of environmental changes. The secret to the axolotl's remarkable healing and its neoteny lies within its genetic code. These animals have a genome that is 10 times larger than that of a human, packed with the instructions for these incredible abilities. Scientists are working tirelessly to map this complex genetic landscape, hoping to uncover the specific genes responsible for regeneration. By understanding how an axolotl can instruct its cells to rebuild a heart or a section of its brain, we might one day unlock new pathways for treating human injuries and diseases, turning what seems like science fiction into medical reality. Comparing the axolotl to its salamander relatives highlights just how special it is. A tiger salamander, for instance, starts its life as an aquatic larva very similar to an axolotl. However, when the time comes, it undergoes a dramatic transformation, losing its gills, developing lungs, and crawling out of the water to live on land. The axolotl holds on to its larval form, a biological choice that has allowed it to master its underwater environment. It is a living snapshot of an earlier evolutionary stage, providing invaluable insights into the development and life cycles of amphibians. Despite its fame and seemingly robust population in laboratories and homes around the world, the axolotl situation in its natural habitat is tragically precarious. The wild axolotl is critically endangered, teetering on the very edge of extinction. The primary threats are habitat loss and pollution. The expansion of Mexico City has led to the draining and contamination of Lake Xochimilco's ancient canal systems. The water quality has declined drastically, and the introduction of invasive fish species, such as carp and tilapia, has created new problems. These new arrivals prey on young axolotls and compete with them for food, pushing the native population to its limits. In stark contrast to its plight in the wild, the axolotl is thriving in captivity. It has become a beloved pet for many enthusiasts, admired for its unique appearance and relatively simple care requirements. More importantly, it is a cornerstone of scientific research. Laboratories across the globe maintain large, healthy colonies of axolotls. These captive populations are essential for studying regeneration, developmental biology, and genetics. It is a strange paradox. An animal that is almost gone from its ancestral home is simultaneously one of the most widespread and well-studied amphibians in human care. This dual existence raises important questions about conservation. While the captive populations ensure the species will not vanish entirely, they are not a substitute for a thriving wild population. The axolotls in labs and pet shops have been captive bred for many generations, and their genetic diversity may not fully represent that of their wild ancestors. To truly save the axolotl, we must focus on restoring its natural environment. Efforts are underway to create protected sanctuaries within Lake Xochimilco, areas free from pollution and invasive species where the axolotls can live and breed safely. The popularity of the axolotl as a pet and lab animal has, in a way, made it an ambassador for its own species. Every person who keeps an axolotl or studies it becomes aware of its endangered status. This awareness is a powerful tool for conservation, driving support for initiatives aimed at cleaning up the canals and re-establishing a healthy ecosystem. The hope is that the global fascination with this creature can be channeled into meaningful action, ensuring that future generations can marvel at the axolotl not just in a tank, but in its beautiful native waters. The scientific significance of the axolotl cannot be overstated. It is more than just a biological curiosity. It is a living library of genetic information that could revolutionize medicine. Researchers studying the axolotl are not just trying to understand how it regrows a leg. They are investigating the fundamental cellular mechanisms that control growth, healing, and aging. By pinpointing the molecular signals that trigger regeneration in an axolotl, scientists hope to learn how to encourage similar, albeit more limited, healing processes in human tissues. This research holds promise for treating spinal cord injuries, heart disease, and neurodegenerative disorders. Imagine a future where we could help a patient's heart repair itself after a heart attack, or enable a severed nerve to reconnect and restore function. This is the potential locked within the axolotl's DNA. It serves as a natural model for perfect tissue repair, something that human medicine constantly strives for. The study of these amazing creatures could lead to therapies that reduce scarring, improve recovery from surgery, and perhaps even combat some aspects of the aging process. The axolotl is not just teaching us about itself, it is providing a roadmap for enhancing human health and longevity. Therefore, the conservation of the axolotl is a mission of critical importance, not just for the sake of biodiversity, but for the future of science and medicine. Protecting this species means protecting a world of untapped potential. If the wild axolotl disappears, we lose the original genetic blueprint, the product of millions of years of evolution in its unique environment. We have a responsibility to be guardians of this biological miracle, to ensure that it survives the environmental pressures we have created. Its survival is intrinsically linked to our own quest for knowledge and healing. Ultimately, the story of the axolotl is a powerful reminder of the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems and the incredible wonders they hold. From its mythological roots in Aztec culture to its cutting-edge role in modern laboratories, this walking fish has captured our imagination. By working to protect its fragile home in Lake Xochimilco, we are not only saving a remarkable species from extinction, but we are also preserving a key that could unlock some of biology's deepest secrets. We must act now to ensure this smiling salamander continues to swim, for its sake and for ours.